So, hello YouTube universe. Hello friends, family, students. Um, this is the Zen Trekker. I'm told that you have to have a character, a persona for YouTube. So that's me. On YouTube, I will now be known as the Zen Trekker. The Zen Trekker. So, bear with me, it is my first time actually doing a video for the sole purpose of YouTube, but I'll try to do my best here. So as many of you know, my last day at Multicultural Learning Center, which is a charter school that I've been working at for a little while, ended yesterday. And on Monday, I am going to be heading down to Fontana, California, to start truck driving school. And I thought YouTube would be a good way for my friends and my family and former students to kind of, if you're interested, to watch this path I'm taking. Most people, when I tell them what I'm doing, are like, huh? Or they're like, ha 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 ha. They think I'm kidding. But actually I'm not. No, I'm going to truck driving school. I was actually hired on by a company called Swift Transportation, and they're going to be paying for my schooling, and they're going to be paying me to train once I get my CDL Class A commercial driving license, and then hopefully, if all goes well, if I pass all my tests, if I'm able to get my license, if I'm able to be upgraded within the company from student to trainee to solo driver, hopefully by sometime in early March, late February, early March, I'll be a solo driver for Swift Transportation. So anyway, I thought I'd use this first video just to sort of set the stage. So, I'm sitting here on my front porch, drinking my coffee, and let's set the stage. So, why did I leave? Well, I've been in education for a really long time. Almost 25 years working in education. So most of my adult life, I've been working in a school in some capacity or other as a teacher or administrator, public school, charter school. These last few years have been in charter schools. Most of the beginning of my career was in the public school arena. And sometimes you realize that it's time and you're ready for a change. So, I'm unofficially retiring from education and trying something different. So why trucking? Well, that's a good question. So last few months I've been really thinking about that and, kind of thinking about, what can I do next? And, you kind of get to a certain age, point in your life, where you have certain limitations and you have certain needs, right? So you have limitations in what you can actually do. I mean, I'm 49 years old, so it's not like I can just go start over in any industry of my choice. I guess theoretically I could, but practically, probably not a good choice, particularly because I have a family and, my family I need still have responsibilities to my family. So what can I do that's different, completely different from what I was doing, kind of meets my needs now in terms of practicality, in terms of responsibility to my family, and at the same time be something that's going to keep me interested for a while, something I could do for the next 10, 15 years. And what I found through a lot of reflection and research, was that trucking has um, a lot of opportunities that sound really interesting to me. So, number one being um, completely responsible for myself. So my success in this industry depends on me. Depends on how much I want to drive. Um, how reliably I get from point A to point B. Um, you know, what kind of driving I want to do, whether it be over the road or regional, dedicated, whether it be specialty hauling. A lot of it is really, fully in my control. Um, Number two is um, freedom and solitude. Um, I think working in the kind of industry I've been in, education, um, you're never alone. The kids depend on you, the parents depend on you, teachers depend on you. Um, so you're constantly being pulled in a lot of different directions by a lot of different people. Um, and I think I wanted something, a lot different, in terms of just having some solitude. And I can assure you, being in a truck on the road for very long distances, I will have a lot of solitude. Freedom. The trucking industry does, give you the opportunity to have some freedom in terms of picking the loads that you want to take and um, where those loads are going. In terms of what your schedule is going to be. Are you going to be away for 3 or 4 days at a time? Are you going to be away for 5 to 8 days at a time? Are you going to be away for 2 or 3 weeks at a time? So there's a lot of freedom. There are also things that I'm practicing personally, which are going to be, I think, better. I'll be better able to incorporate them into my life and my lifestyle with this type of job. Um, so as some of you know, I've been practicing yoga and meditation for a little while now, and it's something that I have incorporated into my life. But it's a struggle, having to wake up at 5:30 every morning and not getting home until 6:30. 7 o'clock, sometimes 7:30, 8 o'clock. It's hard to incorporate, the yoga and the meditation and still maintain the rock climbing. Rock climbing is what I do for more of a physical outlet and to stay fit and stay in shape. So, this is also a lifestyle, an industry, occupation where I can incorporate those things, and it also sounds really cool to be able to have an opportunity to see parts of this country I've never seen before. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't mind sleeping in a truck, kind of like camping. You're cruising around the country and camping in the back of your truck. So that seems pretty cool to me. Of course, the one downside, and it's a big downside, is I'm going to be away from my family, especially the first 3 to 6 months. These next 4 weeks. Next week I'm going to be going to permit school. The 3 weeks after that I'll be at road skills school, and I'll be staying down in Fontana, California. So I'll be away from the family during the week, coming home on weekends. But I'll be away all week. And then, assuming I get my license and I pass all the internal Swift road tests and paper tests to make sure I know everything I'm supposed to know, I'll then get upgraded to a trainee. In which case, I'm going to get in somebody else's truck. That person's going to be my mentor, and for about 4 to 6 weeks, I'm going to be driving in somebody else's truck. Pretty much nonstop. I got to get 200 hours behind the wheel. That's actual driving hours, and that's with the mentor sitting either next to me for the first 50 hours, or in the truck with me for the the next 150 hours. So that 4 to 6 week stretch is going to be probably the toughest stretch because I'm probably going to be away from home for the longest stretches, in this new life. After that, assuming that all goes well and I learn how to drive and I get my experience, I'll be upgraded to a solo driver at that point, and I'll get my own truck. And then the fun starts. Then, I'm basically a rookie solo driver, and just getting experience and kind of moving forward and seeing where it goes from there. So that's the story. I'm gonna update as much as I can. I'll update during school next time. Hopefully, in a couple of days, I'll do a little video update, let you know how school is going, how it's starting out, and if you're interested and you just want to keep track of me, go ahead and subscribe and follow me and watch the video. And with that, I will say peace.